Hi, I'm Rayanne Fields and I'm Development Director at Old State House Museum. And here with me today is Revis Edmonds. He's our historian, and we're going to talk about the presidents that came to visit Arkansas. And the first one would be Ulysses S. Grant. And he had actually been out of office from being president for 4 years when he came to Arkansas. So, Revis, what was he here for?
Well, in 1880, President Grant and his wife Julia had finished an around-the-world tour and came back home to a hero's welcome. President Hayes was not seeking re-election after 4 years, and Grant wanted the presidency again. So he was paying particular attention to Southern Republican parties because they had large groups of delegates that might be easier for the taking than some others that may have still had some ill will towards him from his previous time as president. So he targeted Arkansas. His good friend was former governor and senator Hal Clayton. He visited in the summer of 1880. He was welcomed to Little Rock, had a huge banquet. And what really got me about the banquet, other than the delicacies that were served, were the number of toasts that were offered in his honor.
I think there were 15 of us.
Exactly.
And by the way, we have that menu and that toast sheet listing all those toasts. There are artifacts here within our collection, and you can go on our website and see them.
And there were some really significant people that jumped out. Isaac Parker, got any idea about Isaac Parker? A well-known hanging judge who now have a development of the Marshals Museum at Fort Smith, and of course the old Judge Parker's gallows in his honor. You had Governor Senator Clayton, and another resident of Little Rock at that time named Arthur MacArthur. And at that particular year, he had a son born, who we know as the hero of the Pacific, General Douglas MacArthur. And the last of these who offered a toast was Mifflin Gibbs, significant because prominent black attorney and businessman when African Americans were still active in politics right after the Civil War and was serving as the secretary of the state Republican Party.
And I think we've actually had a brown bag lecture about Mifflin Gibbs
Absolutely.
Here at the museum. But back to Grant.
Sure.
When he came, not everybody, you said heroes welcome, but there were some people that weren't all that thrilled.
Yes, it had a long parade route along Main Street, not very far from us. And there was a line of ladies for about a block that sat along the parade route with their backs to the parade route. And all indications were that these were mothers or wives of either Confederate veterans or Confederate soldiers from Arkansas who were killed in action. And they still did not think too highly of unconditional surrender Grant. So that was their little expression of disrespect, but for the most part, the thousands of people along the parade route, cheered the former president. They were honored that he had visited the state, and his visit was very successful, even though he failed to be nominated for a third term.
We're glad that you came and listened to our conversation in the gallery today about the first president that came to Arkansas. We can share more information with you. There are blogs on our website that talk about all the presidents that have been to Arkansas, and our website is oldstatehouse.com. We hope to see you in the future.